Sanibona, ngaphambi singene kwivideo namuhla, ngithi angithathe lethuba ngibonge isupport nothando nesikhombise lona lingaphezulu kokucabanga kwethu. Siyacela niqhubeke nisupporte njalo ngokubuka amavideo ethu, ungakhohlwa ukukhomenta, ushare, ulike. Siyafisa ukuzwa umbono wakho. Sicela ke singene kwivideo namuhla. Ngiyethemba sonke siyazi ukuthi kwenzakalani ngePhalaphala noma kwenzakalani kwiPhalaphala farm e-ownwa upresident wethu, our Lord and Savior uCyril Ramaphosa. Emveni kokuba i-NPA inqabile ukuprosecutor upresident uCyril Ramaphosa ngalolu daba lwePhalaphala, babe sebefuna i-private prosecution. Kwaba khona ipanel eyahlala yalibheka udaba lwePhalaphala, yayisithi there is a case upresident afuneka aphendule kuyo. There is a case that upresident afuneka aphendule kuyo. So akulontshe ke i-private prosecution. Kuthe mase lolu daba belwendlala phambi kweParliament, iParliament la vote against yona, imajority ya vote against lona. Sibala iANC ya vote kanye neDA ukuthi alinga prosecute lolu daba. Emveni kwalapho iEFF ngomhla ka 26 kuNovember 2024 ibamsene neAfrican Transformational Movement eyaziwa nge-ATM, base beya enkantolo kwi-Constitutional Court ukuyo challenge lesinqumo seParliament esathi alingayi lolu daba kwi-private prosecution ngoba bethi no one is above the law. Akuvumeleke ukuthi lolu daba luye kwi-prosecution lukhulunywe, amane naye akhishwe inkantolo njengawo wonke umuntu. Khumbula ke idate, uyazisise kahle. Kwakulwesibili ngomhla ka 26 kuNovember 2024 ngesikhathi behambisa isicelo sabo enkantolo. Namhlanje umhla ka 6 kuNovember 2025 asikaze saphuma isinqumo kwi-Constitutional Court mayelana nalolu daba. Asikaze siphume isinqumo. Angazi noma ingoba icala libhekene nopresident Cyril Ramaphosa noma ingoba kwenze njani, kodwa isinqumo asikaze siphume. Kunexathu ke lithathwe i-EFF, sizokhuluma ngalo kule video. Udaba lesibili engifisa silibheke kule video yamanje udaba lolu libulala isizwe sakithi kodwa singalinakile, le gambling. Ayikho into ebulala isizwe sakithi njenge gambling. Kukhona abantu abahola imali egrant iphelele kwi-gambling basale bengenamali. I-gambling angazi noma ngizoyibiza amakhola, ngizosense language yamakhola, inobudimoni phakathi noma inedimoni yona ngokwayo ngoba i-addictive njengama-drugs. I-gambling, uyabona masikhuluma ngesihlava sama-drugs, impact i-gambling enayo empilweni zabantu fana nse nesihlava sama-drugs. Kukhona abantu namhlanje abalahlekelwe izindlu zabo, kukhona abantu abalahlekelwe ngamakhaya ngenxa nje ye-gambling.
The story was that there's a Sudanese businessman who lives in Dubai, who came to South Africa carrying lots and lots of cash in dollars, came through Oliver Tambo Airport, declared the money, bought buffaloes. And I'm sure all of us have heard this, that the Commissioner of Taxes, Mr. Kisbetter, have said there is no record of such monies being declared at OR Tambo Airport. So that record doesn't exist. It's not been found. But there's no assumption to think that it exists, but has not been found. So it hasn't been found. And therefore the suspicion arises naturally. This is not part of money laundering. It arises naturally. Because I don't know how much money I've owned at any particular time, but certainly never owned $580,000. And it's strange, it's odd, that a successful business person who's got that amount of money and can buy buffaloes walks around with that kind of money as cash. It's a strange concept. All of this emphasize, it draws attention to this issue, to the question. Are we not here?
Lolu daba lwephalaphala lidida ngisho uZizi. Uyabona ukuthi lento ayiwakho umqondo. Ingakho ke i-private prosecution yathi no, there is a case. Fanele kuphendule. Lo muntu uyi-businessman uyishiyile imali kodwa nakhona nalama bhafala kawathengela kawathathanga. Kanti imali bezokwenzana. Ibizokwenzana phela uma ngabe inhloso yakhona bekukuthenga bekufuneka afika ashiya imali athatha amabhafala manje ushiya imali namabhafala akawathatha yonke le story asiwakho umqondo ngapha sine president protector eyathi there is nothing wrong eyenzekile ngapha iSARS njengoba esho nayo ukuthi ayikho imali ya declare kuningi nje kuningi ngempela kuningi so i-ATM kanye ne-EFF noma isicelo sabo enkantolo sithi i-Constitutional Court ayiguqula isinqumo esathathwa lapha ya eParliament i-NPA ingeke ikwazi ukuprosecute uPresident Ramaphosa i-private prosecution ayitake over improsecute ileyo judgment nje banjiwe kusuka ngoNovember ngonyaka ophilile kuze kube njoba kuNovember namhlanje uma kushaya i26 kuzobe kunonyaka ogcwele i-EFF ke izoba nemarch iphalaphala judgment march izobe isuka eMary Fitzgerald Square iya kwi-Constitutional Court ngomhla ka-28 kuNovember 2025 ngo-10 ekuseni. I-EFF seyifike la ithi khona iyoyidimanda manje le judgment lapha kwi-Constitutional Court. Iyoyidimanda. Ungakhohlwa phela ukuthi eSouth Africa siphila kwi-constitutional democracy. Okusho ukuthi singaphuma isinqumo sithathwe eParliament kodwa i-majority eParliament isivumile kodwa i-Constitutional Court izobheka ukuthi ngokwe-constitution uthini umthetho mangabe i-Constitutional Court ithola ukuthi leso sinqumo esithathwe i-majority siphambene nomthetho iyakwazi uku-overrule leso sinqumo leso. Yingakho ngithe i-democracy lethi i-rule of the majority yesebenzayo for the majority by the majority ayisebenzi. Kusebenza i-constitution ngoba siphila kwi-constitutional democracy. So i-EFF iyasazisa iyamema futhi abaseduze ukuthi kuyiwa kwi-Constitutional Court ngomhla ka-28 kuNovember 2025 kuyodimandwa i-judgment ephalaphala. Uyabona uZuma kuthiwa ucorrupt kwakhulunywa yonke into ngaye akunabufakazi obuphathekayo iphalaphala iwufakazi obuphathekayo iyinto ephathekayo kodwa akekho ufuna uku-attend indaba yakhona ne athi singene edameni legambling kwi-portfolio committee uSinawo Thambo uraise amaphuzu abalekile engicela ukucaphunela wona mhlambe ngizophawula emveni kwawo.
Thank you, House Chairperson. House Chairperson, South Africa is sinking into a moral crisis that no longer hides behind statistics. It stares at us on every billboard, every sports jersey, every shopping mall wall, and every township street corner. Gambling has become the new face of desperation, a mirror reflecting a society on its knees, searching for meaning in loss, and our people are suffering. The collapse of our moral fabric is not abstract. It is lived daily through the habits that now define the poor and the hopeless. A society's well-being is measured by the dominant habits amongst its people, and in South Africa, those habits have been shaped by exploitation and despair. Gambling, like alcohol abuse, corruption, and substance addiction, has become a coping mechanism for those who have been failed by the state and a false escape from unemployment, hunger, and easy loans by Capitec. At Fort Hare University, students who go 6 months without NSFAS allowances use what little money they can find, sometimes even through sex workers seen in free state institutions, to gamble on Betway. In TVET colleges, young people who receive smaller stipends than their university counterparts try to make up the difference by putting their food money into Hollywood bets. SASSA beneficiaries trapped in permanent joblessness play the lottery every week in hope of winning their way out of poverty. This is not leisure. It is the pathology of a broken society. In the past 12 months alone, South Africans placed bets amounting to 1.5 trillion, with 75 billion of that representing pure loss to consumers. That is 75 billion that could have fed families, paid rent, or educated children, or gone into the pocket, which have gone into the pockets of few billionaires who fund political parties and buy silence. Studies now show that the youth and middle-aged adults spend almost half of their income on gambling. Even those with jobs gamble to pay off debt, hoping for a miracle that never comes. Everywhere we go, gambling follows us. Airports, highways, and townships are plastered with its propaganda. Outside predominantly black universities, TVETs, high schools, churches, gambling adverts promise wealth. Shopping malls and marathons are branded in gambling logos. You cannot even run a 10-kilometer race without being turned into a walking billboard for gambling addiction. This is not an accident. It is a calculated assault on the vulnerable. We must ask, how did government allow gambling companies to colonize our public spaces and our imaginations? Where were we when King Shaka International Airport became Hollywood Bets International Airport? Where were we when football, the sport of the working class, was sold to gamblers while cricket, rugby, and swimming remained untouched? Let us be honest. The answer lies in money and political complicity. The gambling industry funds those who protect its interests. Allow me to introduce to you a man by the name of Martin Marshall, the founder of microgaming, a pioneer of online casino software, and a key funder of the gambling empire that traps our people today. In 1994, Marshall launched a gaming club which evolved into microgaming. That company powers Betway, which was founded in 2006, and Marshall remains one of its financiers. Ahead of the 2024 elections, Marshall donated 35 million to the Democratic Alliance, 29.5 million to Action SA, and 4 million rand to build One South Africa for Mmusi Maimane. These are the same political forces that today defend the gambling industry and resist tougher regulation. They are not protecting choice or freedom, they are protecting their funders. South Africa cannot afford this hypocrisy any longer. We live in a society ravaged by unemployment, illegal substance abuse, and gender-based violence, alcohol dependency, and record levels of household debt. The majority of black South Africans live in despair, and the gambling industry profits directly from that despair. This is why our tone cannot be gentle or accommodating. This is not the time to handle the issue delicately for the fear of upsetting the DA and its funders. We must be firm, unapologetic, and morally clear. Gambling is destroying lives, and those who enable it are complicit. What must be done? Firstly, all forms of illegal gambling, including private betting syndicates, clandestine casinos, and unregulated online platforms, must be declared criminal offenses with severe penalties for operators. Apartheid gave Bantustans casinos instead of industries. We must now clean up that mess. Secondly, in the meantime, while we look at ways to ban gambling advertising, sports sponsorships by gambling companies must be severely restricted. Gambling must be removed from our sports in its entirety. Our children must not grow up believing that the love for football is one to bet on. The fact that our football is sponsored by a gambling company is a national shame. They do not sponsor cricket, rugby, or swimming, only the sport of the poor, where suffering can be monetized. Thirdly, gambling advertising must be prohibited outright. The promise of wealth and glamour sold to our people is a lie. It manipulates poverty and hope in equal measure. There's no national benefit when every billboard, every app, and every live sports broadcast becomes a recruitment tool for gambling addiction. Finally, Parliament must fast-track the implementation of the National Gambling Amendment Bill, which has been stalled due to the influence of the gambling oligarchy over politicians. Regulation must include transparency on the political donations from gambling entities, a national register of excluded persons to protect addicts, and dedicated rehabilitation programs funded by the industry itself. House Chairperson, gambling advertising is the biggest threat to the social fabric of our country today. The economic freedom fighters will not sit silently while political parties funded by the gambling elite turn South Africa into a casino economy. We call on this House to act with courage, not caution, to defend the people, not profiteers, to defend our lives, and not casinos and online gambling. I thank you.
Next speaker is
Bona uSinawuthamba akagxekanga nje kuphela egambling kodwa uze nanexazululo. Ayibhene uku-advertise kwe-gambling. Yazi kuqala kusekhona ama-casino, akaze wayibona i-casino advertise TV yakho. Bekusuka umuntu yena aziyele khona le. Manje usuke uthi ungena ku-internet naye advert eBetway, naye advert eHollywood Bet. Leyo nto yenza ukuthi abantu bangene kule ndoma bengathandi khona ospina what nospina ini spina zonke kuyaspinwa namhlanje awusaphuma endlini imali yakho seyiphelela khona la then isiza ngani isizwe sakithi isiza ngani isizwe sakithi lento ye-gambling so ama-political parties ayayidefenda lento ye-gambling ngoba ayabenefita through ama-donation nama-funds ngabe siyalixoxa lolu daba ngabe ngenza ivideo ephelele uze ukuthi athena ama-political parties ahlukene ngalolu daba kodwa ngoba abantu base-South Africa they value entertainment nivelusha umgosi asikwazi ukukhuluma into ezi-serious njengalezi ngabe siyalixoxa lolu daba silidingile ukuthi niyawubona kodwa kuthiwani ngalolu daba kodwa ngoba ivideo yakhona ezukuba nama-views amaningi asiyiyeke kanje kodwa lapha kuthathwa iy'nqumo ezo-affecta thina ney'ngane zethu ngoba asazi kuthiwani eParliament ngalezi zinto ezisi-affectayo i-gambling isihlave sebiyafana nama-drugs addictive i-gambling nje yodwa addictive ngendlela eyisimanga once wangena kule nto leyo awuphumi abantu bathatha imali yokugcina ngoba benethemba ukuthi bazowina inalento yokudonsa ukuthi uzokwenza more ikupha a false hope irule nje eCasino noma yama-Betway na yonke lento the house always makes money ayikho i-betting company yake yakhandela ukuthi iphe wena imali ayikho neyi-1 i-betting company ekhona la emhlabeni ekhandela ukuthi iphe wena imali ayikho neyodwa ayikho ikhandela ukuthi yona izenzele inzuzo ngokupha wena i-false hope yebo bakhona abawinayo kodwa abangaki moba compare to laba abadliwayo ngicela ukuzophawula kakho comment section ngiyafisa sizikhulumele izinto kucaphunela abanye batheni kodwa ngoba siphile ezweni labantu who value entertainment who value umgosi usibani wenza ukuthi uhlophe wenza ukuthi usexoshwe ku-MK leyo nto iyo trend ukudlula lento ezibalekile efana ngabe siyazikhuluma mina nawe sidibana kwivideo elandelayo ngiyabonga